Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be chatting about some of my favorite skin tints and tinted moisturizers. I've reviewed every single one of these, showing you application, before and after, how it looks in flash photo, natural light, how it looks at the end of the day. So if there's any that you're particularly curious about or you want to compare any of them, I will have all of that linked down below. As well, I did film a tutorial for this look, so that will be linked down below. I think that's everything from me. If you enjoy foundation videos, be sure to subscribe, and I will have more foundation videos linked in the description box. But let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, I want to start with one that I don't have in front of me, but this was probably the first tinted moisturizer that really caught my eye and definitely one of my favorites of the bunch. I actually love all of these. I mean, this is a favorites video, but if you're kind of trying to figure out which one works best for you, consider, you know, the price range, the shade range. Is it cruelty-free if you shop cruelty-free? Is it available where you're available? Like, I like all of these. They're all great options, and I'll talk my way through each of them. But the first is from NARS. It is their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. They actually just released some new shades of this, which is exciting. I originally wore the shade Annapurna, which does not exist anymore, so I do need to figure out what shade I am now, but I'll link the review down below. This is beautiful. First of all, this product costs $58, which is like a higher end price, but you're getting 1.5 fluid ounces in there of product, which is about a foundation and a half. So like price per ounce or price per milliliter, it's actually a pretty good deal considering. This is a really beautiful product. It's like a second skin. Let me just see what they claim. They say it's light coverage, a creamy formula, radiant and hydrating, and they recommend it for normal dry combo. If you have an oilier skin type, this wouldn't necessarily be my top recommendation, but at the same time, I did make this work when I had oilier skin. Definitely, I love to set pretty much any of these with a powder foundation and a mattifying base under there. I set all of them no matter what, but this is so, so beautiful. It comes in 16 different shades, which isn't a ton, but because it's lighter coverage, you can kind of get away with a few more shades in there. That kind of stands for all of these products. Generally, tints and tinted moisturizers will come in less shades than a foundation because you're going to be able to let your skin show through. But this is definitely a favorite of mine. Up next, I have my priciest item, and this is why I say, like, take a listen to what I have to say about each product, because if you're like, what's your favorite? And I say the Chanel and it costs $85 and you're like, well, that's ridiculous. I would fully understand that, but you'd be left with no good recommendations. So that's why I like to have a variety. But I had to include it because it's really good, and as I've been talking it up, some of you have purchased it and given me great feedback, which makes me so happy because I always feel hesitancy in recommending a product like this that's $85 Canadian. It is by no means cheap or affordable or easy to grab. I haven't really purchased much from Chanel for that very reason, and that they don't tend to cater to deeper skin tones. But this has 8 different shades. It's $85 looking on the Hudson's Bay website. I picked this up from Shoppers on Points. This is such an interesting product. First of all, it looks fascinating. It's almost like these little droplets of pigment suspended in water is what it feels like. And the best use for this is hands and building layers. If you put a bunch on your face, it's going to be super watery. I don't particularly like the brush that it comes with. It was too small, but using it and kind of patting it out, blending it into the skin, letting it like emulsify or whatever it may be, build the coverage, and then add another layer on top of it, you're not going to get much coverage out of this. This is a product, you know, if you're looking to perfect the skin or anything like that, this is not it. But it's beautiful, it's lightweight, it adds a nice amount of evenness and color to the skin. I had somebody from Singapore post on Instagram the other day, and they said it was holding up really well for them in the Singapore heat, which is so cool, by the way. Like, wow, so far away from me. So I always love to hear when you pick up things that I like, but a great endorsement from her as well. So really, really love this. It adds this is probably the lightest coverage of the products I'm going to mention today. Really has a beautiful second skin. I think any skin type could wear this, but again, do your prep. If you're super, super oily, you might hate this, or you might love it because it's so lightweight. If you can grab a sample when stores open up, wherever you are, or if they are open, I definitely recommend before taking the plunge, but I was really pleasantly surprised by this. Let's take it back to the drugstore and something cruelty-free. This is from NYX. This is the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I really, really like this. I wear it in the shade 6 Golden Caramel. It comes in 12 different shades. It says it's breathable, skin looks luminous, 8-hour wear, which I really appreciate that they're not saying it has 72-hour wear, because it's just ridiculous what the brands are saying lately. It says it doesn't streak, provides a fresh-faced look. And I thought that this was really nice. A great option from the drugstore if you're looking for something that provides light coverage. It does come in 12 shades. Retails for $13. I'm just looking at the Ulta website. That's American. In Canada, you could probably find it anywhere from $13 to 16 or something. I don't know. I haven't scoped it out in store, but I really like this. It provides a decent amount of coverage, and I would say of all of the tints that I'm mentioning today, this one is definitely going to be a little bit more matte and have a little bit less luminosity, but I'll link my review down below where I'm testing the whole collection. Up next, we have a brand that I'm not super familiar with. This is one of the few things I've tried from them, and I realized after I reviewed this, I forgot to include the concealer in the review, so I still need to test that, but this is from Kosas. It is their tinted face oil, and this really scared me. Unlike the Chanel, where it's kind of watery and not super intimidating, when you put oil in the name, I'm like, eek, but I wanted to try it. I thought the texture was interesting. Comes in 16 different shades, and according to like at least the little colory bits on the Sephora website, it looks like it goes quite deep, which is exciting. I have the shade 7.5, which lands me somewhere in the middle to leaning top of the shade range. This is $56 Canadian at Sephora. You're getting, how much product in here? Cruelty-free. You're getting a full fluid ounce in here, which is nice. This says it claims to be medium coverage. I would say in comparison to like skin tints, you get a decent amount of coverage. I don't think you get a ton out of it though, and I personally wouldn't build it up a ton. But that being said, it almost goes to this oil to powder sort of natural finish. It's nowhere near as shiny as I thought it was going to be. It's not matte, but it's skinish. It has a satiny finish, and I was pretty surprised by it. I also had really good wear time, but I wouldn't say that it's medium coverage by any means, especially if you're comparing it to foundation. But if you are looking for something and you have a dry skin type, combo, normal, this is really, really interesting. It feels really good on the skin. I didn't find that it slipped around, but that being said, when I reviewed this, I think I reviewed this during the 12 days of foundation. I had a really good experience with it. I will say I haven't been reaching for it a ton, but I haven't been reaching for anything a ton, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going fairly makeup free day to day, but I do think that this is a really nice option, and if you were scared of the oiliness of it, it is not really that oily. On application, a little bit when it comes out into your hands, but once you work it into the skin, it's really beautiful and a great lightweight product for the day-to-day. Complete opposite of what I was trying to say. I was like, late night? What am I talking about? Anyways, I like it. Probably one of the most talked about skin tints of the moment is from Fenty Beauty. Whenever they launch anything, it's always so exciting. Love the packaging of this. I think it's super cute. It's the Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 13. This was my most recent foundation review, so like I said, I will link them all down below. This is probably the most matte of any of the tints that I'm going to be mentioning today if you have an oilier skin type. Comes in 25 shades, retails for $39, and you're getting just above a fluid ounce in here, so I think that that's exciting. I don't love that it has a different naming convention than their original foundations, but there's not 40 shades in here, so I get why they did it. They did provide a guide, but yeah, that's kind of neither here nor there. I do find it to be blurring as they recommend. If you do have an oily, dry skin type, let me know down below how you feel about this. I had some dryness on my forehead when I reviewed this, and I felt like it highlighted the texture. Looked beautiful on camera, definitely blurring, looks beautiful in pictures, and really nice in person on application. I actually maybe will try this without a powder. Perhaps that's the case where my skin is a little bit more dry now, but I would love to hear from you on what you thought about this, because I really like, when I review a foundation, I don't really watch anybody else's review unless it's to like figure out my shade. I try not to, so I have no idea what the consensus is on this. It seems like people really, really like it, but I personally do really, really like this product and think it's really good. And Fenty has launched pretty much all bangers. I'm not totally sure about that lip balm that you need to put your finger in. That to me feels a little bit off, but I do really enjoy this. I'm wearing the shade 13, and I will say the shades, like I tried 11, it was like almost a perfect shade match for me if you watched that review. I did end up going with 13 just to give myself a little bit more color, but 11 or 13 will work for you if you're my shade. If you want a little bit more yellow, 12 is a match, but I will have my review linked in the description so that you can see the swatches on my face. This is a product that's been out for a while, and I reviewed this during one of my 12 days of foundation. I think it was in 2019 perhaps, and I wasn't expecting, like this ended up being one of my most popular reviews of that series, but this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. It has an SPF of 30 in here. By the way, a lot of these products, it can be a little bit confusing versus Canadian versus American. Like the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer has SPF in it, but in Canada it's not listed. In the US it is. You'll see some kind of discrepancies, but generally they're the same formulas. So this is the Complexion Rescue Gel Cream, and I was really curious about this because I love a gel cream. I think that this has such a beautiful texture, super lightweight, it's buildable. The shade was good, it wasn't amazing, but I really, really like this. I love that it has SPF in there, and it just made my skin look like plump and dewy and hydrated. And it comes in just over 20 shades, $40 Canadian, and you're getting 1.18 fluid ounces in here, which is a little bit more than your average size. Let me just double check what they're saying. They're saying it's a medium, so this is the problem here. It says it's medium and it says it's light coverage. I would say it's definitely light coverage, a natural finish. It's a little bit glowy, vegan formula, hydrating for sure. They recommend it for dry and combo skin. I would say if you have an oilier skin type, you could probably wear this, but again, just do your prep. And then from Smashbox, I was super excited to see when they came out with this. I love Smashbox complexion products, but I feel like they keep like discontinuing things on me? Like, I love that stick foundation they came out with that had an attached cream contour. Like, that was great to me. But anyways, this is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. It's got an SPF of 25 in there. It has 12 shades. This one I thought was nice. It kind of reminds me of the Bare Minerals, actually, in terms of the finish and look on the skin. It gave nice coverage. It was lightweight. This has hyaluronic acid in here, which is going to be hydrating on the skin. You're getting your SPF, and I didn't find it to be greasy. When I reviewed it, I didn't have my proper shade. They since sent me some new shades, so perhaps I'll update you on Instagram, and I'll update the description box once I've had a chance to try the new shades. But I was able to make that shade work, even though it was too dark for me, because it is a lighter coverage product. My skin showed through. I was able to, you know, make it work with powder and whatnot, but I thought that this was really nice. Retails for 48 Canadian, and it has a decent amount of product in here. It's got 1.4 fluid ounces, so basically the same size as the NARS, and you're paying $48 for it for basically a tinted moisturizer and a half, which is exciting because you can never tell with packaging. Like, you know, let's see these guys. This is about 1.5 of this. Right? Like, looking at the numbers is important. While it seems obvious, sometimes packaging can look really small or really big, and it's just not the case. Like, they're tricky with their packaging at times. So I always like to take a look at the number in case you're trying to save a couple of extra bucks. Things that, you know, you might need to spend a little bit more up front will last longer, or, you know, you can't always spend money up front, and there's great drugstore options out there too. So sorry I didn't have many drugstore options. I would love to know if you have more recommendations. I could have included maybe the ColourPop tinted moisturizer in here. I really like it, but like I said, I just haven't reached for it enough to justify putting it in a favorites video, but I did like the ColourPop one, so I will link that one down below if you're looking for another option. But as always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!